Okay, so this is lesson 2.2, and we are only going to do the first part of lesson 2.2, using a common denominator to find the sum or difference of fractions. Yesterday, we went over how to find the sum or difference of fractions when fractions already had the same denominator. Today, we need to make sure that we are changing our fractions so they have the same denominator. So first, let's go through the steps you need to take. First, you're going to rewrite each of the fractions using the least common denominator. So you want to find the common denominator between the two numbers and write equivalent fractions. Next, you're going to add or subtract the numerators. And then lastly, you're going to put the answer from your two numerators over your denominator or your least common denominator. And then you are going to simplify if possible. And remember, simplify means that you are trying to see if you can find a factor that both the numerator and denominator have in common and divide that out. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this with our example. 2/5 plus 5/6. So when you're looking at this problem, the reason you can't add them together is because a fifth is bigger than a sixth. So if you were to add just straight across and say 7 something, they wouldn't be the same size. So we need to find a common denominator between 2/5 and 5/6. So I look at my denominator and I say, what is the common denominator between 5 and 6? And I know that it is 30. So in order to get 30 for my first fraction, I need to multiply by 6 over 6. 2 times 6 would give me 12, and 5 times 6 would give me 30. So 12 over 30 is equivalent to 2/5. Now I need to write an equivalent fraction for 5/6 that has a denominator of 30. So here I'm going to multiply by 5 over 5, resulting with 25 over 30. So 25 over 30 is an equivalent fraction to 5/6. So I'm going to rewrite my equation as 12 over 30 plus 25 over 30. Now that they have the same denominator, I can add my numerators together. That would give me 37 over 30. Now this is an improper fraction, and typically I would want them mixed numbers. So I could take out one whole from 37, which would be 30 pieces, and I'd have 7 left over. So 7 over 30. So the answer to 2/5 plus 5/6 equals 1 7/30. Let's go ahead and try that on your own. So for this problem, I want you guys to go ahead and pause the video, try it on your own, and then come back and push play once you're ready. So this problem says 3/4 plus 2/3. So the first step said to find a common denominator. So what is my least common multiple of 4 and 3? The answer would be 12. So I'm going to multiply 4 times 3 to get 12, and then 3 times 3, giving me 9/12. And then over here, to get 12 as my denominator, I need to multiply by 4. Both the top and the bottom, so it's equal to 1. 2 times 4 equals 8, and 3 times 4 equals 12. So now I can rewrite the problem as 9/12 plus 8/12, which would give me 9 plus 8 is 17/12. And I could turn that into a mixed number. If I take 12 out of 17, I get 1 whole. There's 5 left over, so 1 5/12. And there's no common factor between 5 and 12, so this is in simplest form and would be my answer. Good, now this is a subtraction problem, so go ahead and try this one on your own, pause the video, and come back when you're ready. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is find a common denominator between 2 and 9. So I'm going to rewrite my equivalent fractions so they have a common denominator. My common denominator, my least common denominator between 2 and 9 would be 18. So I'm going to multiply 2 by 9 to get 18 and 1 by 9. That would give me 9 over 18. And then over here, to get 18 as my denominator, I need to multiply by 2 over 2, which would give me 8 over 18. Sorry, I kept saying 19. So I'm going to rewrite my problem now. I have 9 over 18 minus 8 over 18. And 9 minus 8 would give me 1. And then my denominator stays the same, so 1 over 18. And I can't simplify that at all. Go ahead and try these two problems on your own. When you're done, check back in and see if you got the right answer. Okay, so for 7/8 minus 1/4, you should have found the common denominator of 8. So then you would have done 7/8 minus 2/8, which would have given you 5/8. And you did not need to simplify that one at all, because there are no common factors between 5 and 8. For 5/6 minus 33 over 10, I found the common denominator of 30. If you did 60 as your common denominator, you would have still got the same answer. You would have just had to simplify more in the end. So I knew that 5/6 was equivalent to 25 over 30, and 3/10 was equivalent to 9 over 30. Then I rewrote my equation with my two equivalent fractions, so 25 over 30 minus 9 over 30. That gave me 16 over 30. But because I could take out a factor of 2 here, I wasn't done. So I had to divide by 2 over 2, giving me 8 over 15. And that is it for today's lesson.